It often feels like we live in two completely different worlds, right? On one side, you've got technology. It's all cold, hard logic and data. And on the other, there's the human spirit, that intuitive, personal search for meaning. But what if that big divide is just an illusion? I mean, we're taught to see these as total opposites. Technology is all about logic, data, algorithms, everything designed for maximum efficiency. But the spirit, that operates on intuition, consciousness, and this flow of energy. One world speaks in code, the other in feeling. So you gotta wonder, do they really have to be separate? Are these forces actually at war with each other? Or is there maybe a way to bring them together? Well, it turns out there is. And there's this incredible mentor and innovator, Chantal Montaldo, who's basically building that very bridge. She argues that not only can these worlds coexist, they can actually make each other way more powerful. So let's dive into exactly how she pulls this off. Okay, for our first example, let's look at how she takes a tool you've probably seen in some business seminar and just flips it on its head. This is all about finding the soul that's hiding inside a rigid system. So what Chantal Montaldo does here is she takes the famous Eisenhower Matrix and completely rethinks it. Now, the tool is simple, right? You just organize your tasks by what's urgent and what's important. But here's where she points out the flaw. The system trains us to think that urgent and important means things like paying bills or hitting deadlines, priorities that serve the system, not us. So she reframes it with a really simple question. What is the single most urgent and important thing you're doing right now? The answer? Breathing. The word spirit literally comes from the Latin for breath, and suddenly our most spiritual act is also our highest priority. And this is the real genius move. That delete pile for stuff that's not urgent or important, it isn't junk. It's a treasure chest of creative ideas you can gift, share, or even sell. And this really gets to the heart of her whole argument. She says, the problem is how we function and where it blocks us. They must always tell you what to do and what to think. She's all about challenging that way of thinking and helping us reclaim these tools for ourselves.
All right, let's jump to the second example. Because she's not just about critiquing old systems. She actually harnesses the most cutting-edge tech out there, artificial intelligence, for some really deep personal work. So instead of being afraid of AI, she saw it as a partner, a tool for investigation. She did this personal experiment where she decided to treat an AI like a naturopathic doctor and just fed it this complete digital picture of her life.
And we're not talking about abstract stuff here. She uploaded her daily screen time, her most used apps, her step count, even the time she ate and when she felt hungry. I mean, this is all data our own phones are tracking every single day. So what happened? By getting the AI to look for patterns, she basically created this super objective, data-driven mirror of her own life. And the revolutionary part is, the tech wasn't telling her what to do. It was just showing her who she was, giving her clear, unbiased insights she could use to grow. And all of this leads to her third big idea, which is this really powerful analogy that just makes so much sense for how we live today. It's about maintaining our own human operating system. The analogy goes like this. At birth, you are handed the keys to this magnificent vehicle, your body, your life. But here's the catch. It comes with no instruction manual. So what do? We learn to drive by just copying everyone else, right? We pick up their bad habits along the way. Maintenance is totally reactive. We only fix things when they're broken. And of course, over time, the car wears down. The goal isn't to get a new car. You can't. The goal is to finally learn how to properly maintain the one you've got. And her solution? You guessed it. It's all about bringing things together, using modern tools like data tracking and AI right alongside ancient wisdom like meditation and understanding natural cycles. It's about becoming your own master mechanic, ready for the long journey ahead. So when you put all this together, what do you get? Well, this unique ability to blend technology and spirit is exactly what makes Chantal Montaldo the perfect mentor for our time. See, it all comes down to this core philosophy she calls inverted charge. Now, for most of us, public speaking is draining. It takes energy. For her, it's the total opposite. She actually gains energy from sharing her message and connecting with people. It's like a high-yield, energetic return on her investment. And this way of thinking completely shapes how she works. Her attitude is basically, you want me to go speak to people? Don't even pay me for that. I'm going to have an amazing time. She's so focused on the mission that she only asks for one thing in return. Now, the expenses? You pay all of them. Just think about what that means for a second. This model makes her an unbelievably adaptable and accessible speaker. She can go from a high-tech conference in Silicon Valley to a wellness retreat in the mountains without missing a beat, because her message speaks to both of those worlds perfectly. So at the end of the day, this is what makes her so incredibly valuable. She connects technology with the human spirit. She can adapt her message to literally any audience. She gives you these deep, actionable insights. And she does it all based on a model that's purely authentic and mission-focused. She's driven by the message, not by a speaking fee, asking only that her expenses are covered. And that really leaves us with one final thought. This isn't just some abstract theory. It's a real, practical way to live a more integrated, powerful life. So the real question is, what could you unlock by bridging the logic of your tools with the wisdom of your spirit?